The Jaguars are really rolling. Only 3 teams in the NFL are on longer winning streaks than the Jags right now. This team getting hot at the right time. Now they're just 1 win away from winning the AFC South. The next game against the Titans is huge. Maybe the biggest regular season home game in Jaguars history. The Jaguars have only made the playoffs 7 times in franchise history. Get that, 7 times since 1995. Not exactly a number you want to remember, but of all those 7 playoff berths, they've never had a home game with a win and you're in sort of scenario. The Jaguars have always either clinched their spot early or needed some help from other teams to be able to squeak in. This Week 18 game against the Titans is basically an early playoff game, and it's huge. Take a second to really think about it. The Jaguars are 1 win away from a playoff spot. Just think about how far this team has come. The Jaguars had the #1 overall pick in 2020. Had the #1 overall pick again at the end of 2021. The Jaguars were 2-6 when November started, and now with 1 game left in the season, a win gets them the division crown. This is a turnaround of historic proportions. Only 8 teams in NFL history have ever had the #1 overall pick and then turned around and made the playoffs. The Jaguars could be #9, but they'd also be the only team ever that had back-to-back first-round picks and then turned around and made the postseason. Keep in mind, this team has a realistic chance of doing more than just making the playoffs. Entertain me for a second. Let's say the Jaguars win the AFC South, things stay the way they are right now. That would bring the Ravens back here to Jacksonville in the first round. The difference this time around, Lamar Jackson actually dealing with a knee injury, so I'd take the Jags there. You like their chances. So this team has a real chance of not just making the playoffs, but going into the postseason and winning. And once you're in the show, you know anything can happen. The Jaguars have the talent and they have a coaching staff that's been there and done that. While 2017 was ultimately just a blip on the radar of Jaguars history, this year has the makings to be something special and not just a one-year thing. It could be the start of something special.